Hello students. So we will start our discussion with the next experiment, that is experiment number 5 for EM2. The aim of the experiment is to measure starting current and running current of single phase motor. So we have to perform this experiment on single phase induction motors. For this practical, we will require the following list of apparatus, in which we will require first main, that is single phase induction motor, which is to be operated on 230 volt single phase 50 Hz AC supply, and we will use squirrel cage induction motor. We will use one AC ammeter to measure the magnitude of alternating current of the range 0 to 10 ampere, and we will require some connecting wires for making the connection of motor to the AC supply and for measurement of current. We will use PVC insulated copper wires as per our requirement. So, as we have studied in the theory that single phase induction motors are not self-starting. So, to make them starting, we split the winding of a single phase motor or a stator winding into two parts. One part is said to be starting winding and second part is said to be running winding. Single phase motor, it shows the tendency to absorb very high current from the supply. So in this experiment, our intention is to measure the current which the motor will take from the supply immediately switching it on or at the time of a starting. And that starting current we have to note it down as IST. So this will be a high magnitude of current that we will measure by means of ammeter. Then after some time, as the motor comes into steady operation, the current taken by the motor will drop down, and the current in the normal running condition we will note down as a running current IR. So these two measurements we have to make in this experiment. So with this, let us have a look at the apparatus that we will use for the practical, and we will understand the connection of single phase motor. So students, let us have a look at a single phase induction motor. So in our lab we are having this single phase induction motor, and we can see that over the motor, this is the terminal box where we can see 8 number of terminals are there. So these red color terminals are the terminal which are having connections of running winding. Means in between these two terminals there is a running winding. The starting and end terminal of running winding are brought out across the terminal box for connection. Yellow color terminal here indicates starting winding terminal. So as we have studied in theory that there are two windings, starting and running. So here yellow terminals are indicating the starting and end points of a starting winding. Then for making the motor self-starting, we use a capacitor that we have to connect across starting winding. So this is a capacitor of the motor, and its two terminals for making the connection, they are brought out here. So these black color terminals are indicating the terminals of capacitor. Then there is a centrifugal switch which is said to be a clutch that we have to connect it in series with starting winding. So here blue color terminals are indicating the connections or terminals of a centrifugal switch or a clutch. So talking about this motor which we are having in a lab, all the terminals of starting, running winding, capacitor and centrifugal switch are brought out for the external connection. Means the circuit of motor is not internally connected. We have to make the connection outside. So here we can see a nameplate of the motor over which we can find out the details that it is a single phase motor having 0.37 kilowatt rating, frequency that is 50 hertz, and current that is the motor is capable of taking, that is 4 ampere. HP rating is 0.5, 230 volt, and 1440 RPM. So these are the specifications provided by the manufacturer. We will use some connecting wires for making the connection of the starting and running winding that we will understand in the circuit diagram, and we will use one AC ammeter for measuring the starting current and running current of our single phase induction motor. So with this, let us have a look at the circuit diagram and connection diagram of single phase motor. So students, let us understand the circuit diagram for this experiment. So as for this experiment, we will require a single phase induction motor, and in single phase induction motor we have two windings. One is starting winding and one is running winding, which we have to connect it in parallel. We will use squirrel cage rotor or squirrel cage induction motor, and as we have studied in theory, to make the motor self-starting, across the starting winding we will use a capacitor and a centrifugal switch, which will bring in the starting winding at the time of starting. After some time, the centrifugal switch will get opened and the motor will continue to run only on running winding. So we have to connect this motor across an ammeter. So firstly, we will require single phase 230 volt 50 hertz AC supply. We will connect this single phase supply with the help of ICDP switch. Firstly, we will connect the phase wire across the ammeter to measure the starting and running current of induction motor, and the output of ammeter we will connect it across the winding. So as we have seen the terminal box of the motor, in the terminal box we can see that the terminals of both the windings, capacitor and centrifugal switch or a clutch are brought out at the terminal box. So internally all the winding and capacitor and clutch are not internally connected. So for this practical, we will have to make the connections according to the circuit diagram, so that we will first of all make the connection of motor, and then we will connect ammeter to measure the starting and running current. So to make this connection according to the circuit diagram in a motor across the terminal box, we will name the terminals of running winding as R1 and R2. So same notation we will indicate here. We will write here R1 and R2. Similarly, we will name the terminals of starting winding as S1 and S2. So here we will write S1 and S2. We will mark the terminal of capacitor as C1 and C2. So here we will write C1 and C2. Then we will mark the terminal of centrifugal switch as CS1 and CS2. So here we will write CS1 and CS2. So firstly, in our practical, we have to make this connection. So how to make this connection? We will take some connecting wires, and with the help of connecting wire, first our intention is to join R1 terminal of running winding to the S1 terminal of starting winding. So we will take a connecting wire and make a connection between the R1 and S1. Then S2 terminal of starting winding, we connect it across the C1 terminal of capacitor. So we will take a connecting wire and we will make this connection. Next, C2 terminal of capacitor we will connect across CS1 terminal of centrifugal switch. So we will take another connecting wire and we will make this connection. At last, CS2 terminal of centrifugal switch, we have to connect it to the R2 terminal of running winding. So we will take a wire and we will make a connection between this. So after making such connection, the circuit of our motor is completed. Now to measure the current, we need to connect ammeter. So let us move on to the actual motor and understand the connection of motor on terminal box as well as ammeter. So students, as we have seen that over the terminal box of motor, all the terminals are brought out of the starting, running winding, capacitor and clutch. So these two red will indicate running winding terminals, and as we have seen, we have drawn the same view here of the terminal box, and we have to make the connection first of all of the motor. So according to circuit diagram, we will connect R1 terminal of running winding to the S1 terminal of starting winding. So we have to take a connecting wire and make connection between R1 and S1. So let us take a connecting wire and we will treat this as R1 terminal and S1 terminal of starting winding. So we will connect them with the help of connecting wire. Next, we have to connect the S2 terminal of starting winding to the C1 terminal of capacitor. So on the terminal box, we will connect S2 with the help of connecting wire to C1. So we will take another connecting wire. We will connect the second terminal of starting winding to the first terminal of a capacitor this way. Next, we have to connect the second terminal of capacitor, that is C2, to the first terminal of centrifugal switch, that is CS1. So on the terminal box we can see we have to take a wire, we have to connect C2 to CS1. So we will take another connecting wire, we will connect the second terminal of capacitor to the first terminal of centrifugal switch. At the last, we have to connect the CS2 terminal of centrifugal switch to R2 terminal of running winding with the help of connecting wire. So we will take a small connecting wire, we will connect CS2 with the R2 terminal of running winding. So this way the connection of our single phase motor is completed. So this forms our complete circuit of single phase motor. Now according to circuit diagram, we need to connect an ammeter to measure the starting and running current of motor. So we will, for this connection, we will use a 2-pin plug having two wires, phase and neutral. So the phase wire of 2-pin plug, we will bring it to the phase terminal of the ammeter. So we will connect the phase terminal to the ammeter, and output of ammeter we need to connect it to the connection of common point of R1 and S1. So on the terminal box we can see that the connection across R1 and S1 is available here, that is R1 and S1. So we will connect the ammeter here. So this will be the phase connection which will be coming from the supply line, that is brought to the ammeter, and from ammeter we have to take the connection to the R1 and S1. So we will take a connecting wire, we will take a connection from ammeter, output of ammeter, and we will connect it across the common terminal of R1 and S1. So the current will come across this phase terminal, it will go through ammeter, ammeter will show the deflection, and then it will pass on to the motor. As we will switch on the motor current will be indicated on the scale by the ammeter. Now the remaining terminal is the neutral. So the common connection of CS2 with the R2, which is here on the terminal box, that we can see here, R2 and CS2. Across that we have to connect the neutral wire. So we have to take a neutral wire from the 2-pin plug point and we have to connect it to the CS2 and R2 terminal. So we will connect this 2-pin plug to the single phase AC supply, and this completes our connection diagram for this experiment. So let us now go through the observations that we have to note down, and then we will see the readings of this experiment. So in this practical, we just have to make 2 observations. First is starting current taken by the motor when we will switch on the motor, that we have to note it down as IST, and running current that the motor will take in the normal running condition, that we have to note it down as IR. So basically, as we will switch on the supply to single phase induction motor, the motor will absorb very high current from the supply terminals, and that current will be measured by the ammeter. So at the time of starting, the deflection of ammeter will show a very peak value, and that peak value we have to note it down as a starting current of single phase motor. As the motor will start to rotate and it will achieve a steady state, the motor will run at a normal speed, and the pointer of ammeter we will see that it will come down and it will note steady reading. That steady reading of current we have to note it down as a running current of motor. So let us go to the practical and note down the reading of starting current and running current of motor. So as we have made the connection of single phase motor, now by connecting our 2-pin plug across the single phase supply, firstly we have to make sure that the switch is off. So as we can see, we are using a 0 to 10 range of ammeter to measure the starting and running current. So the scale of ammeter after the 0, it is directly having 2 ampere range, and between 2 and 4 we can see that there is one bigger line that will indicate 3 ampere current. So basically here each division will be of 0.2 ampere. So beyond the 2 it will be 2.2, 2.4, 2.6, 2.8 and 3. So as we will switch on the motor, the pointer of ammeter will show peak deflection. So we have to carefully observe the maximum deflection of the pointer, and we have to note it down that current as a starting current of a motor. And after some time the pointer will come down and it will show some steady reading, and that steady reading of ammeter will indicate running current of the motor. So we have to carefully observe the deflection of the ammeter as we switch on the motor. So we will switch on the motor and we will note down the deflection of ammeter. So let us switch on the motor, and we will have to pay attention at the first deflection of the ammeter pointer that will indicate the starting current. So as we have seen that the pointer of the ammeter reached nearby to the 7.8 or 7.6 ampere. So that current we have to note it down as the starting current. So we will note down the starting current of motor as 7.8 ampere, and Now the pointer is showing steady deflection, which is 3.2 ampere. So we will note down this current as running current of the motor, that is 3.2 ampere. So these observations we have to reflect it in the result. So we will note down this observation and again switch off the motor. So in the observation we have to make a note of starting current that we got for a motor as 7.8 ampere at the time of starting, and running current IR equal to 3.2 ampere. These readings may change in some cases, so we have shared the readings for each and every batch. The same we have to note it down in the result, that starting current for the given single phase motor is 7.8 ampere and running current is equal to 3.2 ampere. In the conclusion, we can conclude that for a single phase motor, the starting current is much higher, or we can say more than the running current of a motor, because single phase motor draws more current at the time of starting.